welcome back. We have a story for you. In fact, it has been trending on social media very recently, and when I saw the story, I screamed very, very badly, and I had to send it to a lot of people because I just didn't understand what I read. And because I didn't want to just put my opinion there, I decided that, you know what, let's talk about it. Let's bring it on the show. We shared it with our producers. Our producer, I think it was Rukayat. I shared it with me, the producer, and then we shared it with our other producer, and then we all talked about it, and we said, you know what, we're going to share it with all our tea or coffee-ans. Is that what you call them now?
Our tea or coffee drinkers or sippers.
Our tea or coffee sippers. Okay. I think that has a nice ring to it. We'll think about it.
We'll think about it.
Think about it. So I'm going to read the story. It's a bit long, so we want you to sit back, relax. It's a full story.
Yeah.
We're going to read it to you, and then we're going to open the phone lines because we want to hear your opinion about this particular story. And let's go.
Yeah.
So this man, Franklin sent a tweet out as a thread. His name is @Son of Okere. He said, "My wife's salary was a mystery until I discovered how much she's truly worth. In 2016, she told me her salary was 950 Ghana cedis. And then 2 years later, she got promoted. I asked about her salary and she said, oh, these people, don't mind them. They added only 350 Ghana cedis to my old salary. Because of our mega salary, I had taken up so many responsibilities in the house without complaint. I pay for utilities and pay for food. I pay the fees of our 2 kids, clothe them, and take care of their medical bills. When my wife sends me a grocery list, she adds sanitary pads. She buys dresses and clothes, comes to show them to me, and asks me to pay for them. She started talking about a car when our second child came in. Things weren't good on my side, so I asked her to give me some time. She said, I've saved something. I can add it to what you have, so you pay me when your money comes. I agreed and took that money from her, topped it up to get her a car. For 3 months, my ears never rest. She would wake up at dawn and ask me to pay what I owed her. I got tired and paid the money when I didn't have much in my account. One evening, I turned my laptop on and saw a lot of emails. I checked and it was my wife's email that had been opened. I asked her, did you use my laptop? She answered, yes, I was checking something. I told her, then you didn't log out. She answered, I forgot, please log out for me. I was about to log out when something caught my attention. I saw a mail with the subject, January payslip. I opened it and started going through. When I saw her gross salary, I was shocked. Her gross salary is 4,734 Ghana cedis. And this girl has been crying poverty. I went through the details. That night, I couldn't sleep. I was angry. I felt let down. I felt cheated. I felt played. We've been married for good 6 years, and my wife earned that much without my knowledge. How much she earned didn't bother me a lot than what she was using that money for. I decided not to talk immediately, but rather do a little bit of investigation. All my life, I've held the view that it wasn't right for anyone to go through their partner's phone. It was an invasion of privacy and it breeds mistrust in the relationship. But that night, going through her phone was the only way to find out what I was looking for. I started with her best friend. Nothing much was found. Her family had a WhatsApp group. I read the messages there. I got few hints. I went through the chat with her father, and that was when I realized my wife had bought a piece of land and had started building. Her father was in charge of the project. She had sent photos of the various stages of the building. At some point, her father said, thank you for helping out your brother. He would have been home had it not been you. She has only one brother, her senior brother.
I went to look for the chart between them. Her senior brother lost his job and was home doing nothing. So my wife bought her a car to use for Uber. Every week, her brother rented an account and they split the money. From all indications, my wife was doing well for herself while she plays poor so she could rely on my salary. Why would she do that? I thought I was being a supportive husband so my wife could be proud of the man she married. When we bought land, it was her name and my name that appeared on the land title. That car I bought for her with a loan from her bears her name. I didn't mind. I believed what hers was also mine. The next morning, she realized I wasn't looking well. I was boiling on the inside, but looking for a good opportunity to start the conversation. When I calmed down a little, I asked her, "So why would you do that to me?" She asked, "What have I done?" I answered, "You bought land and you never told me. You started building on it, you never told me. When are you going to tell me?" She was shocked. She asked, "Who told you all that?" I said, "Your father did." She stood quiet for a while. She asked, "Why would my father tell you all that?" What were you people talking about?" I said, "I don't know. You can ask him." We left it there. Some minutes later, she came to me with her phone. "My father wants to talk to you." The phone was already on loudspeaker. His father was clearly angry. He asked, almost shouting, "You said I told you my daughter has a building. Where did I say that and when?" I asked, "Is it not true that my wife has a building project going on that you are supervising?" He asked me, "I told you that." I asked, "Is it true or not?" After the back and forth, I told them, "I read your messages last night. I saw the pictures. I read the various budgets you had sent to my wife. I read the confirmation of the money receipts that you sent her. You are a man. Would you be happy if your wife does this to you?" He started fumbling. He started apologizing, saying he thought I was aware. My wife stood there motionless, didn't know what to say. When her father hung up, I told her everything I knew, from her salary to the car she bought for her brother. I said, "Yet even your sanitary pad, I buy them. You think I'm a fool? You use your money to acquire your own properties and leave on mine because you're my wife? I hear, we'll see." Trust was lost. Love was broken. We had to find a new way of living our lives going forward. Her father called me every morning and evening apologizing for everything and sometimes taking up the blame so I didn't have to blame his daughter. I told him, the emotional state I'm in right now, it would be hard to think straight or think forgiveness. Just give me space. 3 days later, they were in our house, the father, the mother, and the senior brother. They came to apologize. "Don't let this break up the beautiful marriage you both have. If nothing at all, consider the kids and be lenient in your judgment." I listened to them. My position was still the same. I need time to clear my mind. Just leave me alone to think. From last month to this moment that I'm writing this, my wife had changed totally. She doesn't ask for money, but the house is being run smoothly. She has started paying for things she never paid for, but that doesn't move me. She has taught me a very great lesson, and I'm taking it seriously, that in everything I have to look out for myself and my family first. Last, she told me, "If you want us to change the name on those properties, we can do so." Guess whose name is on the property? Her father's name. I told her, "You don't need to change anything. They are yours. You suffered for them, so you can decide what you want to do with them. The land I bought has our names. I'm selling it and take my money back. The car she's driving has her name. I put a for sale sticker on it some weeks ago. She agreed she'll pay for the car. I've given her 2 months to pay up or I sell it and take my money. She's getting the message and I'm glad. Each one for himself, God for us all. She keeps asking if I'm going to leave her. I keep telling her I won't, but if she wants a divorce, I will gladly give it to her." Wow.
This story.
I'll be like kicking up people. Wow.
So I'm actually looking at how we start the conversation because it's very deep. It's very painful. There's a lot in this story. There's betrayal, there's heartbreak, there is now mistrust, there's a conversation of financial responsibility and who should take care of the house, and there's a conversation of deceit and lies. But what do you think?
I think that I have to commend the man in this story greatly. From the moment, it seemed, the tone of him telling the story from the moment to the end, it seems to me to be a very gentle person.
He's a very calm person. I did not sense any anger.
Yeah, he's very gentle. And he seems to me to be also be a very kind person. So he's using these things, kindness and gentleness, to deal with this issue that normally would drive a person to even pick up, to just get very angry with this woman. She is let's analyze their characters. Why don't we do that? So
all right, let's do
we
that.
said the husband seems to be a very gentle and calm person. He's a very kind person. He understands the role that he's playing as a husband. He understands the role that he's playing as a father. And he's trying, in the write-up, he said something like he wanted to be the husband that she would be proud of. He's trying his best. He's trying his best to, put food on the table, to care for his wife, and in his mind, he believes that his wife is also doing her best and bringing as much as she can to the table, because he wants to be a good person. He wants to be a good husband. He wants to be a brilliant father.
Yeah.
Now, the woman, okay, there are 3 characters in this story. There are actually like 4 or 6. And that's the husband, the wife, her father, her brother and her mother. Yeah. But we don't know much about her mother and her brother. But the ones that we have, more information on is the husband, the wife, and the father to the wife. Now, the wife. The wife seems to me to be a very ambitious person, and it seems to me that it does not matter the cost, of that ambition. It does not matter who gets hurt.
Who gets mauled over.
It doesn't matter to her who gets mauled over. Yes, rightly put. For the sake of that ambition. She seems to me to be a very driven person, because, the nature of her work and whatnot. She seems to me to be very ambitious and a person with a clear vision of how the standard of her life wants to be. The problem with that vision and ambition is, as you said, she doesn't care who gets mauled over. Now, I'm saying this because of what she did to her husband, as in lying about her salary, and not declaring everything that, she gets, buying of properties. And then the fact that she bought a car for her brother to do a ride-hailing taxi. This brother apparently had been jobless for quite a while. This brother did not have a job. Her senior brother. We don't know if he's married or not. We don't know if he's a father or a husband.
But I think he has a family.
Okay, so it seems like the brother too has a family.
Yeah.
This brother has been jobless for months. She's financially capable to buy a car for this brother.
Is she gonna buy herself?
Wait, hold on. She's financially capable to buy a car for the brother to help him deal with his unemployment. But what does she do? She buys a car for her brother. She somehow employs the brother, and she's still collecting half of the money he gets from that ride-hailing service. This woman is ambitious. She's ruthless. like it's greed, but this greed, the greed is just quite. She's ruthless. She really doesn't care who gets hurt. I'm saying that because I'm saying she's financially capable to actually buy, because she bought the car. She could have given this, like her senior brother, the car to, and maybe, pay part of the car off, because at the end of the day, it's sibling. I don't know. That's what I would do for my sibling. If I was financially in the position to help my unemployed sibling, I would maybe ask for a part payment, but to be collecting half of the pay, knowing that my sibling is unemployed with a family, I think is quite ruthless. So that's the woman. She's very manipulative. She's very deceitful. She's very ambitious. She's very driven. She's very cunning. She's very smart. Now the father. The father seems to me to be manipulated by the daughter. It seems to me that the daughter is the one pulling all the strings, playing all the cards, placing all the pawns. And the father is a pawn in her game. He was fully aware that this woman was not being completely honest with her husband.
Okay.
And I don't know. I would think that as a father figure or some form of role model, you would probably teach your child, it's it's probably not right that you're lying to your husband. It's probably better that, considering, and I like what the husband said. He said something along the lines. He said to the father that if your wife did this to you, how would you react? As a man, because as a man, I would, when I was having this conversation with the producer yesterday, I said that, the father should have, I understand that the marriage, the wife's family is not the family of the father. But as a man, as in that understands what another man is going through, understanding that it's not easy to bear the pressure and the burden of being, the breadwinner and the breadwinner in a family, I would probably be able to empathize with the husband on that level and actually come out and tell him the truth that I'm sorry, but my daughter, it has been lying to you and I cannot hold it anymore. Because I understand what it means to be a man. So these are the three characters in this particular story. What's your take?
Okay, so for the man, I really agree that he's a kind and calm person, because narrating the story is some sort of, how do I put this now? It's some sort of relief for him. I can imagine how he has been bottling this up for about a month. I can imagine he probably didn't even have anybody to talk to, because probably if he told his family members, that would have been blown out of proportion. They might have given him some ideas and say, you know what, leave that family, they're siphoning your money, we knew it, she's a witch and everything, and he probably didn't want that kind of drama. Maybe somebody that just likes to live a very quiet, simple life and drama-free life. For the wife, that is just a wicked, it's a diabolical behavior.
It's very callous.
It's a diabolical behavior. This is one of those times where I would not agree with things that some women do. Remember yesterday I was saying it that some women actually paint other women bad. This is another example. We are working towards a society where we are seen as individuals that can care for themselves and people around them. We're working towards a society where we are independent. We can stand our ground, stand on our own, especially if we can afford it. We can do it. We're working towards a situation where I am equal to my partner. We have gender equity and equality in our relationship. We're able to, it might not be 50-50, but I'm also contributing as much as I can in that relationship, and it's not like all the burden is on the man. He's carrying the weight alone. We're working towards that particular society, It's unfair that we are now seeing some people taking advantage of their partner. Most times it's always the other way around when we're taking stories like this, that's, oh, the man did this, the man did that, the man is taking advantage of the woman, he's this, he ran away with her properties, etc., etc. But this time around, this is pure evil. Pure evil, because he cared so much for her. He cared so much for her. He took care of her till a sanitary towel. Come on, Ade. You're working and you cannot buy yourself a sanitary towel. That is just too much. He would do so much. He would probably be the one paying for food. He's probably the one paying for the utility bills. He even bought her a car. See the funny thing. She contributed to buying a car, but then she got the money back.
And you know what? He said that for like 2 months or something, every day she was on his case that when are you giving me back my money? Are you serious?
She would buy clothes and he would pay back. And he was doing this because he wanted to impress his wife. He wanted her to love him more. He wanted her to say that, oh, my husband. People are always proud of this thing. Where, probably it's the guy that got it for the lady, or the lady got it for the guy. Oh, my wife bought this for me. There's that sense of pride. Oh, my husband got this for me. Like, oh, your husband did, wow. He wanted to do that. He wanted to make her comfortable. He wanted to make her loved. He wanted to make sure that she didn't suffer. He doesn't believe in making a partner suffer. They have children. He's probably paying their fees. Also making sure that they have clothes, they have food, they have everything fancy. And he said that he was struggling. And she knew that he was struggling. That is diabolical.
It's very callous. It's very
That's
callous
a very
behavior.
bad